Congressman Mike Turner, Ohio Republican, who endorsed Kevin McCarthy for Speaker. Representative, great to have you back on The Real Story today. What happened?
Thank you. Well, this certainly is sad news, but I can tell you that the Republican Party is strong. We still have John Boehner with the Speaker's gavel in his hand, and these are so far two individual decisions that we have of the Speaker's to step down and Kevin's to step aside. The Republican conference has yet to speak on who the new leadership will be, but I assure you that work is getting done here. The debates are continuing as the House moves important legislation that continues to work on funding for 2016.
Okay.
And certainly the important issue of how do we fund national defense.
Well, so Kevin McCarthy seemed to go into this closed-door meeting confident. Reporters asked him, how are you feeling? He said, great. And then the stunning news came that he wanted a fresh face. Who would the fresh face be in his mind?
I don't know, but I certainly supported Kevin. I think he's been a very strong leader. I think he'll continue to be a strong leader in the House. It's unfortunate that he's made this decision, but this is going to have to be a decision that's made by the conference. There has yet to be a vote on who will be the next Speaker. We know that candidates certainly will be jockeying and coming forward, and we'll be debating the issues that are important. One of those issues that's important, I know for over 100 of us, is how does this approach the issue of funding defense as we come up on deadlines in December.
Okay.
But I think people can look at the House and see we still have a Speaker. The House is functioning and the Republican Party here is strong. Now we're going to pick our next Speaker.
Okay, listen to this from Kevin McCarthy on Benghazi.
I could have said it much better, but this Benghazi committee was only created for one purpose: to find the truth on behalf of the families for the 4 dead Americans. I should not be a distraction from that.
So do you really believe that it was his ill-fated comments about the Benghazi committee that had everything to do with this decision? Or was it that the Freedom Caucus said that they weren't going to support him? Or was it something else?
I think it's a personal decision of Kevin's. I don't think certainly it wasn't the issue of the Benghazi committee, because everyone knows the Benghazi committee was organized because both the administration and Hillary Clinton have not been forthcoming. It had to be organized so we could get to the bottom of what really happened there. But I think also, another sad aspect of this, when you look at the Speaker stepping down, is that, he hasn't had a president that he can work with. We still, even when we get our new Speaker, are going to be looking to the White House, and we need a partner to negotiate and to get these bills done and to get legislation signed into law. That's going to take President Obama acting differently, not just the House having a different Speaker.
I don't know if you know anything about this letter that was sent out by one of your colleagues, Congressman Walter Jones, Republican of North Carolina, yesterday. It had no relevance at the time, and I have no idea if it has any relevance today, but here's what he said. He urged all candidates for the Speaker of the House to drop out of the race if skeletons in their closet might embarrass the Republican Party. Do you know anything about that letter and why he would have sent it?
No, I don't. I can tell you that, as we look at the debate and really what's happening here, I really do think that this is an issue of trying to get the House conference to move forward in a meaningful way so that we can work with the administration and get the job done here. And I think that's all that's happening. I think the Republican Party here is strong, work's being done, and we need to move on and find our next Speaker.
All right. One more thing. There's somebody who wants this job, and it's Jason Chaffetz, the congressman from Utah. Listen to this.
We'll have those discussions in the coming weeks. But ultimately, we're trying to build consensus here that can get us to the numbers and get us back to the work that we were all elected to do. So we'll continue along those lines.
Would you support Congressman Chaffetz?
I think what Jason said is really important. We need to get the work done, and to do that, you have to get someone who has experience in delivering work. I would look beyond Jason. We have a number of people in our conference who have worked very diligently hard, have excellent records of delivering, and I think can pull this conference together. I think work and experience are going to be the top things that we look for, in addition to what is their view on funding defense as we look through 2016.
Congressman Mike Turner, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Joining us now, Chris Wallace.